Hey guys, we are here today with some guests, special guests in the round table. We are gonna talk about some things at acting career, different challenges that we as an international actors have an intro in your lives. And I'm gonna present to you our guests. I'm JB and I'm an actor.
I'm Jeferson Rast. I am also an actor and I work as a game presenter.
I am Letícia Kamei, and I'm also an actress.
My name is Gabriel Carrilho, and I'm also an actor.
Very nice. Nice to meet you all. We're gonna start. We already know you guys are all actors, but I also want to know what do you do after regardless acting. We know as an acting career, we also have challenges to pay the bills monthly when you are not well known yet. I'm gonna example as me. I also work as translator sometimes in Spanish and English, and regardless being an actor, I do some modeling as well, and some dance jobs that I also been a dancer since I was 8 years old, so I have a lot of experience as a dancer.
Nice.
And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, so I just started my acting career, so I have a lot to study yet,
Hmm.
and to pay my bills. I know
Yes,
it's kind of
yeah,
hard.
yeah,
I work as a game presenter, but I'm working on my material now. So I'm trying to
of
study and
course.
trying to get some free time for acting. So if I need to have some free day for do some
Hmm. Hmm.
acting thing,
Yes.
I can do it. That's why I choose this job.
Okay.
But that's what I do now.
Okay. Good. Gabriel.
Okay, so well, to make money,
Mm-hmm.
if is that's the point, that's the
Yes.
question. Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
to make money, I was on a formal. How can I say it? It's not that is formal. That our job is not informal, but
Yes. It's a professional
yeah, yeah.
job,
It
but
was a full time. I was in
okay.
a full time job that was content moderating
Mm-hmm.
for a big tech.
Oh
And
wow.
after that, I guess I left the company on February this
Mm-hmm.
year.
This year.
Yeah. And since that, I've been working also as you as translator,
Mm-hmm.
simultaneous
Yes.
translator.
Yes.
I'm working as interpreter
Yes.
on Roundtable, the
I
business
saw your
tables.
video
Yeah.
actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
saw.
Like
Okay, thank you.
it.
Thank you. And so on many other things like you gotta make some money despite being an actor
Yes.
when you don't have a actually that's my case. I think it's all of us here, a monthly being paid with some projects, because we work with projects.
Yes.
When you're in a movie, you're like 1 month, and after that you're like jobless.
Yes, yes. One of the things of our career is like in a month you can receive a lot of money. In
Yeah.
the next 2, 3 months you
Or
receive
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, please. Continue.
Yeah, so I started my professional career yeah, just last year, so it's not a long time. I went to college, acting school,
You
and
just start last year,
last year,
but you already have a lot of material, right? I've seen
yes,
you some of your
I have.
material.
Nice.
So this year, I decided that I was like, I have to work with acting and like pour my energy into that. So I did do that. From February to June, I was able to pay rent and all
Yes,
that.
yes.
But
Wow.
now it's just like
It's
that.
just
So
like what I
now
said.
it's like I don't have like a monthly paid job. So I work as a hostess.
Yes.
Like I speak English and Spanish.
In events
Yes.
and shows. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, nice also.
And I also I am an English teacher, so I have
Hmm.
these
Good.
two
Hmm.
different options.
I used to do to be an English teacher as well. Did you teach English
No,
already?
no, never
Oh,
did.
have you want? Did you want to try it someday?
Maybe,
Okay.
who knows.
Did you teach to kids, adults?
Adults.
Adults. Okay,
Yes.
I already teach
From
you
like
kids.
really, yeah, from 16 to 80,
Okay.
80 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some adults students as well, but I had kids as well. It was
What
difficult.
what's the most challenging about
The kids,
yeah
Because it was a private school,
Okay.
so you need always to make something to get their attention
Okay.
because it's easier to for them to
Yeah.
start to think another thing. Don't want to speak in English right now. Just want to speak in Portuguese. And there is also the thing of the private school. They say, "Oh, my dad is paying your bill, so you need to do what I want."
Damn.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's happened a lot.
so spoiled kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some of them are. Some of them are very educated and smart ones. But it's fun. It's a fun time to be with them. So, guys, the themes we are talking about today is dreams, challenges, and what it is really to get into break the industry. I don't like much of this phrase, break the industry, but it's something that the people usually talk a lot currently. And how it all start. When did you realize you wanted to be an actor?
Well, since I was a child, I always knew I would work with art, especially in my case,
Yes. Okay.
because some actors are like, oh, I'm a theater actor, but in my case, I always knew I would work on cinema and television since ever.
You start with theater.
Yeah.
Okay. How old was you on that time?
Okay. When I started studying for real acting, I was 15, so I
15
was,
years.
yeah,
Okay.
teenager.
Okay. And but since you was a kid, you always wanted to be an audiovisual
Yeah.
professional
Yeah.
actor. Okay. Leticia, how would it all start? How make you think you wanted to be an actor?
So I was 12 when I first started doing theater because I was a very shy person, and my mom said, "Oh, let's put this girl into theater."
Okay, okay.
And
But
then
on that time, you wanted to be an actor or no?
no,
Oh.
I went to like one theater class, and I was like, "Okay, I like this." I didn't want to go. Like my mom forced me to go, and literally, yeah,
Okay.
That's relatable.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
relatable.
And I liked,
Okay.
and then I spent a year in that company. We presented a play, and since that, I realized I wanted to work as an actor.
Was it
Actors.
a company to do some shows or was that classes you were doing on that time?
I was doing a play.
Okay.
We were rehearsing a play,
Okay.
and it was like a juvenile
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
And since then I wanted to be an
Be an
actress,
actress.
and I went to college. I went to performing arts.
Yes. I've seen that. I
Yeah.
like it.
And yeah, I have been working professionally for about a year.
About a year. Okay. What about you?
Wow, I was 15. I mean, I was like to like acting, but I didn't know that I wanted to be an actor.
Okay.
So when I was 15, I was like in high school, and whenever I got a, how do you say, my God, a project school,
Mm-hmm.
I try to do those things like an acting thing, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
that was a moment that I realized that I want to be an actor. I but I used to live in a very small town, so
Yes.
the
Do you also live in a it was a small town or no?
No, no. I'm actually live between two towns. I
Okay.
live
The
some
board.
days, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And some days I'm here at São Paulo,
Okay.
and others I'm on in Sorocaba.
Okay.
That is also
Oh,
Sorocaba,
okay.
yeah,
nice.
it's
Okay.
also a big city, but not as big as São Paulo.
And you was
My city was like very small town
okay.
in Maranhão, Brazil,
Okay.
like 10
It's
10,000
very
people.
yeah, okay.
So it's not that much.
It's also far from the whole central of Brasilia industry and acting and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
really far. So I moved to the capital of my state
Mhm.
when I was 17. So I graduated in my high school in there. And in 2024, I moved to São Paulo to study acting because I,
2024.
I couldn't I couldn't wait anymore. So I was feeling
Yes.
sick. I said that I need to come here to study and do what I want, you know, because I couldn't live without this.
So you came by yourself to São
Yes,
Paulo.
yes,
It needs a lot of courage, right? To
yeah.
do
But I
that.
mean, I have some relatives. I don't know, some relatives.
Okay, who lives here?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's why I came here because I needed some support in the
Parents.
Yes,
beginning.
of course. It's very
Parents or friends?
it's his own relative.
Relatives?
Relatives of
Okay.
him.
Yeah, so
Cousins and
yes,
Okay,
exactly. It's my
okay.
cousin actually. So yeah, but now I am on my own.
When you came here, you start living with him, okay,
Yeah,
right?
well, actually, I said is a she. Yeah,
Okay, with
I lived
she,
with her. I lived with her
she
for like a
cousin,
month, and then I try to find
a
an
place.
apartment like
Okay,
more close to my school, you know.
okay.
So that's why.
Did you finish your school, right?
Yes,
Yeah, okay, okay.
last year
Yeah,
actually.
that's nice. Congrats.
Thanks.
So I can talk about me right now. I think I started to dance when I was 8 years old. So I have this artistic thing in me since I was a kid, but I never thought, especially about the acting. But when I was 16, I start to having a different thing in my mind, and when I start to see the TV shows that I always wanted to like, and I imagine myself how it would be if I could do that, because I also was raised in a small town in Santa Catarina, Brazil, and it's the south of Brazil. So I never had this insight that I could be in a TV show, or I could be in a feature film,
Yeah.
or especially international. So, but I had the courage to say no. I'm capable to do that. So when I was 16, I say I'm gonna start to build things and see what I can do to make that dream possible. And that's when I'll start with this hope that I could do something. And yeah, I'm going the next of career. I'm gonna say bit by bit. Was there a specific movie, TV show, or actor that inspired you?
Um, yeah, a lot. I am. I started doing theater when I was 12, but I always liked movies and TV shows, and I was always a little artistic. I always created. And if we're talking about movies, I think, well, I love movies.
Yes.
I think that in Brazil, I really like someone that inspires me is Fernanda Torres, of
Yeah.
Yes.
course,
Okay.
and we have so many amazing actors in Brazil. But I always loved to watch Meryl Streep's movie,
Really? That's really
Great.
nice. I love that.
and yeah, cinema in general. I really like.
Okay, good. What about you?
Okay. First, I will add something that is important
Okay, I
about
like it.
my story as an actor. Yes, as I told you, I always wanted to work with
Mhm.
stuff like that. And since I was a child, and once, not once, but when I was a child,
Yeah.
I tried. I did some tests, but it was a period that was harsh. Even today, it's for the beginners. It's hard, especially here in
Mhm.
our country, in Brazil.
Yeah.
It's hard to find the existent agencies, but
Mhm.
because you have a lot of scams.
Yes.
Mhm.
And on that timing when you won't have the internet as we have today, like we're talking about 2000s, you had the internet, but not
On,
just like
on
today.
that time, you always need to do the auditions and tests and go
Yeah,
to the agency
yeah,
in person, right?
yeah. I did some auditions on that time, but it was like it was not constant, and different agencies and people like trying to sell your books. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
this
Yes.
exists even today, but that
Yeah.
time it was much more expensive and all of that kind of scams and types of stuff. So for a child, I was like 5 years, 7 years old. I don't think five, but about 7 years old. And my neighborhood was very far from the center of the city of São Paulo. And you know, guys, that São Paulo you
Yeah.
can like travel more than 2 hours just inside the city. So for a child, and you know, the test is very early in the morning. For me, it was very difficult. For a little child, you suffer a little.
Yeah.
And my parents just saw that well, this is not making sense because we're not achieving anything, and we don't have the data. That's
Okay.
something that actors you can have. Oh, sorry, actors, you can have the data today. You have access to internet. You
Yeah.
have access,
Yeah.
more important, the internet, to another actors, to another partners like we are doing here.
Okay.
And sorry, I forgot the question. What was the question?
Let
I
me
just
ask you,
needed to
let me
add
ask you something. Was your parents wanting you to be an actor when you were a kid?
if they wanted me.
Yes.
Yeah, yes,
They were
yes.
investing things
Yes,
on you
yes.
at that
Well,
time.
my father was a very still is a
Okay.
very sport guy,
Okay.
and my father had the dream of becoming a football player, a soccer player.
That is his dream of becoming.
Yeah, yeah, it was. It
Okay,
was
not for you, for him.
for him, but I was his first son, his
Okay,
first
yes.
man son.
Okay.
So and also it's important to say that I was born on his birthday, on at
Mm.
21 when his 21st birthday,
Yes, okay.
and
Oh.
yeah, yeah, I was his gift of. I was his bill. Was his bill,
Yeah,
and he when he first gave me the ball and I kicked the first time, he looked at me like, oh, he will be a soccer player.
soccer player.
Let
Okay.
me discover what he does
Something
well,
else.
what he likes.
That's good.
And
Thanks.
once he
Thanks,
saw
Dad.
me doing that, communicating, and oh, he has something about this. He has something on it.
Okay. And,
So yeah.
and okay, that's just like because some parents they usually want to put their dreams in their
yeah,
child,
exactly.
and they limited the child to do
Uh-huh.
only that thing. And I feel happy that your parents wanted you to do something else less
Thank you.
than his own dream, right? So the question is, there was a TV show, a film, a
Oh, okay,
movie
okay,
that
okay,
inspired you,
okay, okay.
or an
Um,
actor?
yeah, as her, I would say many. I used to
Of course.
watch a lot of television and cinema, and I very like to watch. Not even today, because today I don't think they're doing some so good shows. But I very like comedy, and I watch it like Sai de Baixo, that is
Side to baixo.
a very renowned Brazilian comedy show. I like it to watch, for example, the movies that more childish movies like Harry Potter. Like for
Yes.
example, when you as a child, I was a child at the same timing of Harry Potter, so
Yeah.
I was seeing myself on screen. Um, and also, how it's Home Alone,
How
the
long?
Home Alone,
Home
yes.
Alone, that
Home
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and many others. My father and my uncles they had DVDs at home, so I watched many 80s movies, and also Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean for me it's a huge a superstar,
Yes, yes.
and also the He-Man.
He-Man.
Yeah, also He-Man.
Oh yeah, yeah. My father
Yeah,
didn't like He-Man, so he made me watch when I was a kid as well.
yeah. Mazzaropi.
Did
It's
you
a
like the
very good
movie, the
movie.
live action of He-Man?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
was
it. Yeah, I like it. I
good.
like
Yeah.
it. People are getting very how can I
Restricted.
say? Yeah, man, it's just a family movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
You don't need to be like all
The biggest
serious
blockbuster
and
of all
dark.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
I like this He-Man movie, and I heard a lot of people say, "Oh, this movie is weak," and I wanted drama. I know why. He-Man was never about
No.
that deep drama. No.
Yes, yes, exactly.
And how about you? Do you have some actor inspire you?
I mean, in love with the whole thing. So that isn't one actor or movie that make me feel fell in love because the whole thing make me feel I don't know. The whole thing makes me laugh, you know. So, but there is not one specific actress for my stay. Her name is Aure Maranhão. So
From your state.
yeah,
Okay.
she's from my stay. We live in the same city, and she's a
Oh,
great actor. She
okay.
did some um national movies already. So some soap opera. He also Globo actually,
Uh,
and so love her. She's a great actress, and
that's very nice to have someone so close
yeah,
in some way, and you can inspire you, right,
yeah.
to come from the same place that you are right now. Uh, as me, I always like to see international TV shows, especially when you start to thinking about how could I be in this kind of projection. And on that time, when I was 16 years old, I was watching Elite from
Oh my god,
Netflix.
very bad show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I knew the writer. I knew the writer. The screenwriter. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I knew.
Yeah, and I was speaking Spanish at that time, and then I'm watching the original language, and I say, what is making me impossible to do what they are doing right now? I have a good acting as well, and I also speak Spanish, so that's changed my mind and watching this TV show and their own language to make okay, I also can do that as well.
It's possible.
It
Right?
is possible as well, and some different movies as well. An actor that I started to like a lot was the actor that made Dark, also from
Dark.
Netflix.
Okay.
Do you know
Yes,
that?
I
Yeah,
love
Yeah,
it.
I
I
haven't
like
watched
him.
it, but I know.
I watched him in an indie
You mean the
movie.
main? The main?
The main character, yeah,
Okay.
the lead one.
Okay.
I watched
He's
him
good.
very specifically, right? I watched him in an indie movie, and then I see him to come to this blockbuster, who is this TV show on Netflix as well.
I also would like to add an
Add one more,
information. Yeah.
okay.
I love Grey's Anatomy.
Mm.
So I used to watch and I used to think, oh my God, I really want to act in this.
Yes.
And my friend at the time, she wanted to be a doctor and she would be like, I want to be a doctor watching this. And I would be like, I want to be an actress doing this.
Oh,
So,
Good,
nice.
good.
yeah.
Yes, different perspectives. Okay. I wanted to ask you, you usually watch more international or national movies, TV shows, and soap operas? Soap opera, of course, we only watch it in Brazil, right?
I mean, now I don't. I used to watch a lot of soap operas when I was a kid, but now I don't. I don't have that time for watching.
I
So
used to do a lot of soap operas, watching soap operas as well when I was a kid.
but now what I do most now is watching like national movies because I know that it helps me a lot with the acting thing.
Yes.
So national movies, but series I rather watching like those international ones. The ones that I like, and the national one is more to study and
Yes.
But I
Okay.
like the thing.
Okay, I got it.
I love sitcoms. I really love The Office and How I Met Your Mother and That's 70 Shows. Have you ever
I
watched?
love the 70
Yes,
shows.
I love.
It's not so common
Okay.
here. It's
No,
not
it's
so common in
not.
Brazil.
It's not popular in
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So I love sitcoms
Yes.
and I love cinema in general. I love to watch different directors and to get to know different directors because I also like directing.
Yes.
And I love Brazilian movies too. I think we have great movies in here, especially. I mean, I love Brasil Central do Brasil, Central Station, right?
Lovely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I love to watch movies that make me think and puts me out of my box. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I got it. I like it. The I'm gonna ask another time.
Oh, okay. It's my time. I got stuck on your in
An
kept thinking,
idea.
I travel in my mind. Sorry, what's the question? I have.
Did you watch
how is
more
TDAH in English?
international?
It's
TDA? I have
ADHD?
no idea. Probably, yeah, yeah.
Let me search. Let me search. I have this thing.
attention
and-
span.
Yeah.
When he's searching, I
Yeah.
gonna I
Okay,
like
I'll,
to
add
add
I'll
something
search.
else,
I'll
okay,
search the
okay.
English word.
Yeah, I
while-
worked in a movie theater for 4 years, and
Oh, you tell me
yeah,
about
I was
that.
to finish like
ADHD.
an hour before going home, so I used to use that free time for watch like movies. It was really nice. That makes me feel more uh into that thing. So yeah.
So you used to watch movies in the movie
Yeah,
theater?
so when I was when my work was done, I was to go to the to the how to say, to the room
Yes.
to the
Okay.
room to watch those like part of the film, the end of the film. Was really
Oh,
nice.
okay, I
So,
got it. That's very nice,
so
actually.
I have watched so many, like the
So many
national
movies.
ones to the international ones.
All
So
for free.
yeah, for free.
Yeah.
And I could go for free also like twice a week if I wanted to go, to watch like a entire movie.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm not actually watching many movies or series or
Right now?
whatever right now because I don't have. It's not that I don't have time. I have time, but I don't think I'm on
Yeah,
all
On the
into
right now.
watching
Okay.
nowadays.
Yeah,
I am more about creating than watching a lot of things.
yeah,
I used to watch a lot more, and I think I don't know if it's the algorithms or what's happening, but for me on the DVD's time, it was easier to find things that you like and that are very diverse. And I think the many movies that are launched today because of
I think.
the industry and the
Yeah,
timing that we don't have enough time to develop things, and you need to do more like easy for the
yeah,
consumer. I don't think I'm seeing much diversity
yeah,
on styles, and it's so different that is remarkable.
yeah,
I
Yes.
like this type of stuff for movies and series.
yeah,
I want to add something that came to my mind and I don't want to forget to say. About the international and national the difference. Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones, she said in an interview as well, she couldn't watch the House of Dragon. You know House of Dragon?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
I
yeah. I'm
never
watching.
watched it.
In Game of Thrones, did you watch it?
No.
Only few episodes. Only few
Okay,
episodes.
but okay. So she say she couldn't watch the House of Dragon because is for her it's almost like a school party, a school meeting of the people, and she wasn't invited. And I never understand. I never understand why she couldn't watch this because a school party of her friends she wasn't invited. And then I start to think about how I act when there is a national film or a national TV show that was making a lot of success, and I start to feeling the same thing. Like I'm seeing a TV show, I'm seeing a movie, and I feel sad that I wasn't cast into this movie.
Yeah,
Oh
man,
yeah.
there are many movies when you watch and I wish to be there.
I
Yeah, and she told you just sorry because I have this ADHD. I remember that I said it correctly. Um, she told an important thing that was that she likes the directing, and also since I was a child, I'm a very visual. I like to feel the things visually and sound, and I have those vivid dreams, and I close my eyes, or I have a very creative mind.
Yes.
For example, um, it is something that occurs in our careers that sometimes you are teach to hide something that you have
yeah,
because you need to be in one box. One time I was on a professional set and I was talking to a guy who is from the industry, and he told me, "No, you never say on a movie set when you're an actor that you wish to be someday a director, that you like to be a writer, because here this is how it works. When you're part of the technical team, you're will be ever seen as a technical participant. When you're being as a star, as an actor, you'll always be an actor. But I am very into writing, into screenwriting, and I love to see the directors, the great directors. One of my favorites is Spielberg, Steven Spielberg. If you're watching this video, call me. Let's work together. and and this got stuck in me for
A long
much
time.
a long time.
But
But
there are a lot of rules.
but the
Yeah.
things are getting more diverse. For example, you told about the Elite series
Yes.
that is,
yeah,
I guess, Spanish, right?
Yes.
yeah.
I knew on an event here in São Paulo the writer of Elite, that is one of the writers, that is Dario. Hello, Dario. Dario from Murcia, Spain.
Hola,
And
Dario.
he said that he also lived these things that happens in smaller markets than
Yeah,
US, for example, and these difficulties our smaller markets have when the producers only sees, for example, the writer as only you did your part, you wrote, and you don't need to be on the process anymore. We gonna do whatever we want with your text. And as a creator, doesn't make sense because it's all in your mind. And for example, as a writer, when I was a child, I guess at age of 8 or between 8 and 10,
Yeah.
uh, the teacher told us to write a text, just like everyone
Yes.
has passed through all life. Oh, bring me a text. And the guys were asking, oh, teacher, how many lines? How many lines? Because people don't like to write. And she said, oh, at least uh, 15,
15.
15. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think this is everywhere. And I asked, uh, but how many is the ending point? How many to end? And she was like, hey, what you say? And I say, yeah, I'm for you. How many? What's the average size of the text you want? And she, no, do whatever you want. It's at least 15. And I wrote 14 pages
Oh my god.
on that timing, and she read, and she gave me a low note. She gave me like
Oh, really?
from 0 to 10.
Oh
She
gosh.
gave me a 7
Okay.
because she told me that
It's
I
too much.
copied from a movie or a book. And my father needed to go to the school to
To
talk to
say.
the teacher to convince her that I wrote the text, that I wrote the whole story. And she was like, okay. So it's always challenging. It's always challenging when you need to hide your talents. But
Mhm.
in small markets, for example, Dario told me that in US you have this. I won't, I forget the name, but whatever. The writer is a part of the process.
Yeah.
As for example, for us as actors, you have different styles of directors. So one director is very like you need to say exactly what's written, you need to do exactly this, and other ones are more open to create. So I think at the end of the day, uh, I have a creative mind, and it's always important for us to know, like use this freedom,
Use your
you know?
talents,
Yeah.
yes. And so, these insights you say, like in your mind, there is a lot of things happening, and every time it is something new, it's occurring to you. It's something very special, and I recommend when you have some this kind of thing to write it down and not do right now if you don't want to, but you can do something with this in the future as
Yeah,
well.
I will I know
Uh,
this process.
Last week I just woke up from a dream that I have. It was the whole short film in the dream, and I say, man, I need to write everything down. So I wake up and I write everything down, and I'm not gonna do the short film right now, and I'm not thinking to do it right now. But I had in my archive over there to from the future that I can do something about it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Sorry if I'm
Go,
like
go ahead.
it's not me. I'm not the podcast, but it's something that's you live and you pass through things, and it's important for you as an actor to know whatever, if you're an actor and a presenter. That's my case, for example. Whatever, if you're an actor or in writer house, or whatever, if you're an actor and painter or etc. You're gonna pass through stuff that if you're lucky you don't, but mainly you can. In my example, I was on a very huge movie here from Brazil that is on international streamings, and the director was like a very friend to
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
and we're like talking every day, and I was since the first day of recording, and he saw me as an actor. And once I told him my story that was related to him, and I told that, oh, one day I'll direct also. And that's not what happens on the industry. This tells more about the person itself. And after I told him this, and I think he felt like I'm a competitor inside the set or something like that, he
Oh.
stopped talking to me. At the next day, I was to work. I went to work, and I said, "Hey, good morning. How you are?" And he like passed it right through me.
Wow.
That's
Yes,
sad.
yes.
He just put
This
the
can happen.
ego.
This can
Yeah,
happen.
he just
We're
put.
dealing
Yes, of
with
course.
humans. We're dealing with money, and we're dealing with m- in our case, not international, but in our case here in Brazil, we're dealing with a very small market with very few people. So this stuff can happen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something very common. And I want to know, Jefferson, did your family support your decision?
Sorry, for my
Your
parents.
decision, your family. Did your family
Oh,
support your decision to be an
my
actor?
family
Yes.
always give me like the free decision. I mean, I was I always could choose the things that I want to do. So my mom always told me that if I wanted to do whatever I want to do, it was my choice, you know. So I always have their support for anything that I wanted to do, you know. So that's make me happy
Okay,
because I didn't
okay.
need to fight against what I wanted to do, you know.
Yes. My father was a very free person. He always have the liberty. Yeah, I mean,
Uh-huh.
he wasn't like nothing restricted with me.
Yeah.
So he said, whatever you want to do, just go and do it. My stepmother, who raised me, she was a little bit of restricted. When I started to do dance, she wanted me. She don't wanted me to do start doing dance, but I did. But I started doing anyway, and so when I think they are happy right now, what of the achievements that I'm doing, so they are seeing like it was all the whole process for me to start to doing dances, for me to get in another state and start to building my career.
My parents are cool. Like, they never told me like you have to follow this career, but I don't know. They're very cool with me. I don't think it's like their dream. Like, oh, I really wanted to
Yeah.
be an actress,
Okay.
but they support me. Yes, they really they like when I achieve something and they celebrate it with me. So it's nice.
Yeah.
Something that occurs to me right now, and when someone asks you what's your job, I say I'm an actor. Then she says, "Oh, are you in a play right now?
Yeah.
Or there is a movie that you are that I can watch?"
Yeah.
Then I keep saying, "No, I'm doing some advertisements, some commercials right now, and I have some small roles, and I'm still building my career." Oh, and you can receive money for that?
The most of the worry of the parents is this because I think that's the thing of not accepting the actors wanting to be an actor.
Yes,
It's
yes.
because they're afraid of how you're gonna make money, how you're
Hmm.
gonna live from this. But the thing that maybe they don't feel that if I'm not doing this, I'm not gonna be happy. You know,
Yes,
I'm not gonna feel happy
yes,
doing anything. Like I
yes.
don't want to be a doctor.
Yeah, yeah.
I
The
respect
the
those are important, right?
the
But I
dog
don't.
of the dog of art bites you, and you
Yeah.
never stop feeling the pain.
So imagining be like a lawyer or a doctor like for the rest of my life
So
and having this be like, oh my god, I could be an actor, I could, you know. So, but I understand those the worry of the parents, but
I
I
understand it too.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
It's
but
it's hard to make money
but
at
Because
even
the
it's hard.
beginning. At the
yeah, but
beginning, but
even though they wanted me to be like another thing, I wouldn't choose, you know. I'm doing the things that I
Yes,
want to do.
I share the same thing.
Yeah.
Did your parents support you when you?
yes,
Yes, of course. You already told. Yeah, was very supporting
Yeah.
parents on that side.
yeah. But when you pass through financing stuff problems, and you have always try to balance what's happening in your life. That's why I think all of us have part-time jobs and this type of
Yeah.
Yeah.
things. It's
Yeah.
Leticia, was it difficult to learn English?
No, I don't think so. I started learning English when I was 9, and then movies really helped me. Music. I am a music fanatic. Like
I
I
also yes.
listen to music every single day of my life, and mostly in English because that's how I was raised. And I love Brazilian music, but I listen to
A lot of international as
yes,
well.
a lot of
Okay.
Yeah.
international music. And yeah, I think movies and musics, it helped me learn a lot. I also went to Canada to, I did part of my high school there.
Yes.
So I think that helped. And yeah,
Of course, it helps a lot.
yeah.
Of course. Oh, how about your process to learn English?
I wasn't that difficult. I started learning English in the beginning of the pandemic in Brazil. So in 2020, I was working this movie theater. So my work stayed closed like for 7 months, and during this six
Oh,
months,
in the pandemic time,
yeah. So I
yes.
was in the lockdown.
Yes.
So I started studying English. I mean, before the lockdown, I started in English course. Like I needed to go there like once a week. So I did a month, like 4 classes actually, and I needed to stop going because of the lockdown. So I was home. I was doing nothing, couldn't work. So I spent all my free time because it was the whole
Yes.
day
Yes.
studying English, like in the morning, in the afternoon, at night. So I have learned English like from zero to fluence in 6 months.
Yes.
But I was studying like every day. The
Yes.
only day that I was resting was Sunday, but it wasn't like a resting day because during my rest day I was watch like some movies, but I wasn't like focused. Okay, I gotta study. I need to write it down. I was not doing that, but I was watching, moving, like focusing on the listening. So wasn't that hard. But
I share the same thing. I always was a good student to in English when I was a kid, but I never had a good teacher to teach me everything that I need to know. So in the pandemic time, I also start to learn harder as I can. I already have a good knowledge about it, but I needed to do the advanced and then fluency. And then when I got confident enough and I say no, I can
Good
speak
deal.
fluently. Yes, I did a test in to teach in a school, and I passed to teach in a school.
Wow.
And yeah, I was good at that time. But after I started teaching, I got even better. And but I still have the accent problem, and I stayed a time outside of the country as well in a country who speak in English, who helps me a lot to adjust my accent as well with this thing, especially with American English. How was your process to learn English?
Oh well, it was a long process. Not long in time in terms of timing, but I think it's because I never did any course, and
uh-huh.
it was like 2019. Yes, I guess 2019. I was on university studying social communications, and I went to work as an intern on
Yes.
a company, an American company of payroll systems and this type of office
Yeah.
stuff. And I was on the commercial team. So on the part of the process, you had the English speaking
Uh-huh.
parts,
Yes.
and I was on a dynamics that was the speaker was a girl who was born in Brazil but who like raised in the United States, and I was like, I know how to say only like few words, like I was, hey, hi, my name is, it was like that on
Yeah.
that time. My name is Gabriel, and I love music. It was like a very short words and a very very short vocabulary. And I passed through this process, and I did very well because my what was on my mind was like, I will hear everyone. I will not raise my hand first because I will hear their quote, and after they say, I will repeat and insert the few words I know in English, and I pass it through the process, and I started work on that company. And at the first weeks working, you have that sales trainings,
Yes.
and that is still our they are still in English with foreigners teaching, and I needed to open my email and read stuff in English.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to learn and started learning like a daily, and but I just discovered that I was able to speak to communicate with somebody in English on a timing that was like for me to travel outside, because two guys from Switzerland came on the office, and we have 1 week of training that was full English, not Portuguese, any Portuguese. And after that we were in a bar, and I had some alcohol, and I noticed that, wow, I'm normally talking, I'm hearing, I'm listening, and I'm talking, and I'm having a conversation. And since that, I never stop it. Like music helps a lot. I love to hear songs, international songs. So
Music and TV
yeah,
shows.
yeah.
Yes.
And at that timing, what helps me also was to watch like the talk shows.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm very into it
that's right. That's great.
personally.
Yeah, I used to watch reaction of the on the internet. There is some a TV show of Jeferson the people is seeing and he's reacting, and there
Like
is especially girl that I used to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, she helps me a lot to understand mainly the gigs and the slangs they
yeah, the
use it in
slang.
Yeah, yeah.
English. And it was a hard time in the time that I watched it, but right now it's very normal for me to watch. Like I'm watching someone speaking in Portuguese. Do you guys think speaking another language changed the way you act?
Me in English.
Yes, speaking
Hmm.
another language changed the way
Mm,
you act.
I mean, if it is in Portuguese, no. But I if I'm gonna act in English, for example, it's different because I don't feel that I can put all my capacity
Yes,
in there in
yes.
English, you know.
Hmm.
So I've heard this for many other actors like very they have been acting for so many already, and I feel the same thing because I cannot I feel that I cannot put all my effort in this in English, you know.
Yes.
At this moment of my
Bruna
yeah
Marquezine say the same thing about she thinks she's limited when she's acting in English.
uh-huh
There, you share the same thing, right?
yeah it's the same thing. She also told she also said that she's not people never know how funny she is in Portuguese, you know?
Yes,
So I have the
yes.
same feeling. I know that I can act in English, but another way that I act in Portuguese at this moment of my career, you know, maybe the future.
Some people say that like your personality changes when you are speaking in English. Do you think this is something that is real or no?
My voice changes.
Yes,
Yes.
the voice changes a little bit.
And I think I actually since I started learning, I used to communicate with myself, like talk to myself in English and in the mirror like a
Yeah.
crazy person. So I think sometimes I feel freer, like I feel more I feel like I can expand more when I act in English. I don't know, like I do monologues in English and I feel like I there is not the judgment of your maternal language, I guess.
Well, in my case, I think I'm still being myself. I don't see myself as a different person speaking in English. But I don't know if it is the flow of the language. I don't know if it is the words that you know, because once you start knowing more words, you get more free. Of
Yeah.
course, we have more words in our language than in
Yeah,
English. That
exactly.
is not the language we were raised. But I think it changes some, how can I say, some mannerisms, some ways that you act in terms like of, for example, expressions that you have in one language that you don't have in
Yeah.
another. And I think this can change a bit. For example, I always like it the stressed out thing that I don't think it happens so much in Portuguese that but it happens in English. That is that oh damn it, that's
Yeah.
explosion, that's little explosion. In Portuguese you real explode.
Yeah.
You curse the person and the whole family, but in English it's more like it's more cinematic. It's
Yeah.
more like
Yeah.
smaller. It's less
Yes.
theater, and these tiny expressions, I think when you get this, you can do on both languages,
Yeah.
but
Differently.
yeah, it's different. It's different.
Yeah. Not gonna be
But
the same.
you can you can get the feel. For example, this stressed way to express. I can do this in Portuguese. So when you are open to it, you use also what you got that is cultural that people doesn't have in English, but you can put on a character. So I think it's more rich on both when you have both worlds.
How do you deal with rejection? It's a it's something that occurs for us very well.
Well, I think because acting is such a big part of us, like we literally like our object of work is our body, our mind, our voice. So it's us. So I think when we get rejected, it's a little harder than to get rejected in other things. Like I like if you're doing a test for I don't know your driving license. If you get rejected, it's like I don't drive very well, but acting is like I am not enough. I'm
Yeah.
not good. I am like I am a piece of I'm
Yes.
not a good person.
Yes.
But I think with a lot of rejections because in this 1 year that I have been working professionally as an actress, I got rejected a lot
Yes.
because
Yes.
that's our life,
Yes.
right? Because maybe sometimes I did not do very well or because I was not in the profile they wanted. So I think I don't know. I think my skin is a little tougher right now, but I still get sad sometimes, especially when I pass through the first test
Steps.
and then the second test and then the third
And then the
test
Yes.
and
final.
then the final
In the
I got
final
rejected.
didn't.
It's
Yes.
terrible.
Um.
I right now I don't feel that I don't feel that bad anymore because I know that sometimes it's about the profile or everything. And but sometimes when you see the when you watch like the project
And you see the same profile as you.
and it's so that that person the other actor doing the role that you cast for it's had it's kind of difficult. But I understand it's about profile. It's not most of the time it's not about my acting. It's about more profile. So yeah, I don't feel that sad. I understand.
Yeah, I've learned to see that when I do some tests, I'm good. I'm good. I watch the video, say, no, that's amazing. I'm gonna send this one, and you still getting the job. But we've learned with the rejection, so many rejections, we see that it isn't our capacity. It is the job itself. They need someone else or something else, of course, in the project. That
Yeah.
is not our fault. So
It's important when you realize, in my case, I'm good enough. I know that also there are people that are also good enough. I don't think on rejection always that most of times, especially when we're talking about advertising, it's so many variety of things that people the costumer wants a specific person. I know what happens behind the scenes because I work it also as a casting director.
Yeah.
yes,
So I know you have the profile, you have this is a good actor, but the costumer wants changes his idea and wants a different person.
Oh yeah.
And
Sometimes
yeah,
they change the gender or
yeah.
the race,
So
and
I
it's not
know
about
there,
you.
I know there are a lot of possibilities.
Yes.
I know that I'm good on what I do, and I know there also are people as good as me. So I know that maybe it's that guy timing,
Yeah.
and I think it's like a Rocky movie. You gotta keep fighting, and you face
Yeah,
the awards.
rejection is part of the
Yeah,
acting process. It's
Yes.
literally like there's not one actor that I know that has never got
yeah.
and
rejected.
it is a still challenge, but it keeps getting easier. What is your opinion about the directors and casting team recycling always the same actors? I'm gonna give an example of this month,
Uh,
of this year, like Zendaya and Anne Hathaway. They are doing the same like four movies and the blockbusters in the cinemas and doing the lead movies. And you go to the cinema and you always seeing the same actors.
And I think it's part of the business. It's a business. It's art, but it is also a business. If they're doing good, if the directors likes to work with them, if the timing, you have the on set, you don't have all time of the world to work. You have that specific period to do that specific scenes. If they're doing good and people are liking, people are watching, people are searching for them, I don't think it is a problem. I think it can occur in a bad way that you won't open the doors to more people, but I don't think is that bad. I think they're good.
I think they're great, but as an actor, I think that they should give more opportunity for other actors. But I know that movies it's about money, so they want to make money. People want to see them, so I understand that they spend a lot of money to make the movie, and they want to get the money back and even more. So they want these actors that people want to go to the theater to watch them. So I understand, but as an actor, I think that they should put other actors, but I know that they won't make money. That's how they
Yeah.
gonna do
So
it.
sorry, I will not cut you. It's also also I think we also have this type of feeling because of the blockbusters, but there are many movies out there, and that you maybe you don't know, but there are many actors working on many projects and sizes of the projects. You know, there's the internet soap operas. There are many types of works, but I also agree with you. Even though I don't think they are like being recycled, this type of stuff,
Uh-huh.
I also think the market can open more.
Yes.
Yeah, in musical theater in Brazil, we see a lot of this. So always the same people on the productions of musical theaters in Brazil. And I think, well, they are good. Like people from Wicked, it's always been in the same productions. I think they're very good, like
Musical
talented,
theater, yes.
beautiful. But
Yeah.
I wish they would give more opportunity to people that are waiting. There are a lot of amazing musical theater actors that I know that are waiting for their opportunity.
I'm gonna give an example. Have you ever watched Obsession, the movie this year?
No, because I hate
Nope.
terror.
Okay.
Oh
Did you
no.
watch it? No. Okay. I know them. Uh, so this is the example that I'm gonna give. Obsession and make so much money in comparing with the blockbusters of the same season. And mainly if these blockbusters who have a lot of famous actors, and that's why I think what the people are searching, the people are thinking is different from what we have right now. Because Obsession, there is no people have never seen these actors before. It's a new director. It's they didn't spend much money in the budget, but they did a good acting with new people. The people don't know it. I think that's what is missing in the industry right now. They are only doing the part two, the press sequel or a second movie or a live action. They are
Yes.
doing nothing new. There is nothing new for us to consume right now in the industry. That's why I think your obsession makes the difference on that time. And I'm gonna do some quick fire rounds. It's like I'm gonna say something, you say one or another, but only one word, two or three, okay? To make it
Okay.
very fast. Favorite actor?
Falando much negative.
Killian Murphy.
I don't know, but Leo DiCaprio.
I don't know. Sorry. Favorite movie?
It's not a movie. It's a TV show. The 100.
Mm,
Checking Express.
mm.
I like Papillon. I don't know if it is my favorite, but it comes in my mind.
I like Avatar 2009 of James Cameron, who inspires me as well when I was a kid, and I really wanted to do the cinema as well because of this movie. Favorite TV show?
How sad?
Yes,
The
100.
100.
The Office.
I love The Office.
The Office as well.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, I could say. Favorite color?
Yeah.
I don't have.
I think purple or blue. LA or UK?
LA.
Oh my God, I have never been to any of this, but
Okay.
UK, I guess.
For acting industry, UK. Okay.
I was never there, but I like the sun. I prefer LA.
LA. Okay. I think LA as well. Theater or film?
Film.
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 Film as I'm sorry, theater people. I'm sorry.
Shame
I
on us.
love
Shame
that.
on us.
I love theater also.
Yeah.
Role of your dream.
Mm. Oh my god. A villain.
A villain. Did you have a specific role you wanted to play?
No, I don't have anyone that can be a villain. I would be
Okay.
happy.
Yeah, a sitcom or TV show that has a lot of like seasons, and I want a lead role.
Okay.
I don't know.
No.
No.
My
I don't
dream
know.
wants to be an anime thing or something like that. Like they are doing live action of Naruto right now.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I apply myself.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, I didn't agree to do a live action of Naruto. But if they are doing, please get me in. I can't go on an audition without.
Um,
Sorry.
I can't go in an audition without.
Okay.
and, um,
Can I
oh my
answer
God.
first?
Yes.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Yeah.
Voice preparation.
Oh, because you sing as well?
Important.
Oh, no.
No, but I like to get my
Yes,
instrument
I
very well.
understand.
I was gonna say the same thing, but I was gonna say voice exercise.
Love it. I'm gonna say water.
That's
One word to describe your journey.
Courage.
Courage. For me, it's courage as well.
Okay, you go.
um. Oh, nothing comes to my mind.
Okay, effort.
Effort. Good.
Um.
Skip.
Yeah.
What advice will you give to your younger self?
Dreaming.
Mm,
I'm still so young, but I guess you will be proud of you.
okay.
Me too. I think the same.
I wouldn't give nothing. No advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No
Uh,
advice.
what advice do you give to someone who wants to become an actor? I'm gonna start. Give up.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just saying, if you have something else you wanted to do the something else. But if you really wanted to be an actor, start to search about some things about the productions and how you can find agencies and how to intro the industry you wanted to be.
Go to theater, and then you're gonna know if you're gonna like acting or not.
Okay.
Study.
Yeah. First study, and after that, look for people. Forget it's important you have internet, you have access to information, but try to find on your city, whatever you lives, an actor or a group of actors or whatever they are actually doing what you want to do, and try to learn from them. What the place you advise me to do a course, what are the agencies, what is, and they can help you much better than you just by yourself thinking you can go straight for it because they are what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Last thing, where the people can find you? You can see on social media, whatever.
Okay. People can find me as
Mm.
Jefferson Rast or Hast. Jefferson one app only.
On Instagram?
Hast everywhere.
I'm gonna put a writing over here.
Okay.
Okay. You can find me on Instagram. Le Kamei 07. So it's LEKAMEI 07.
Hey, yeah,
Massa.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is carrilho.gabriel. It's written here.
yes, I'm gonna put it already. So that's it, guys. It was a pleasure to meet you all.
I love
I
it.
hope you I hope you enjoyed. It was a very good
Yes.
conversation. It was very good to know you as well. We can have a part two as well if you want to. I can
Yeah, of
invite you
course.
out. It was a very pleasure to meet you all. I said that 3 times.
Because it's a pleasure.
Yeah, yeah. And I hope you guys who are watching enjoy and stay close for the next episode. Bye bye.
Thank
Okay,
you so
see you.
much. Bye.
Vamos tirar uma fotinho?